Okay, I'm going to show you how to load the transects and the waypoints of those transects onto your GPS unit. If you want to use that GPS unit, this would typically be a Garmin Alpha of some sort, or even a Garmin Astro. Again, if you're using a Garmin Alpha 10 or a Pro 550 Plus, this isn't for you. You would then use the Garmin Explorer app along with, if you would like, just use your Onyx, and that instruction is in other videos. So this is for those who want to follow the transects on just using their GPS. So to import data, you have to select the My Collection here, and so we'll bring it into My Collection. So this is the GPX file that you've already downloaded from me and is saved on your computer. So I'm going to go to File, Import to My Collection, and I'm going here. So this is the file here, Parker Counts 2026, the T's, the transects, and the waypoints. Okay, so then I'll go down and hit, zoom out here, hit open. Okay, and then we can go up here and see that there they are. That GPX file has come, and you can see it here on the map. And this is what's nice about Basecamp, is that you can see the data while you're dealing with it. Okay, that public land overlay map is kind of annoying here, but so you can see these are the transects and the waypoints are labeled there. So I want to put that on to my Alpha. So my Alpha 200i is plugged in to the computer, and now but there's nothing you can see in the internal storage, and it's not on the map. So all we have to do is go back up to the Parker Counts here, and I'm going to right click on it, and it says send to. So I'll do that, hit that send to, you get this little dialog box. I'm going to select place. I'm going to say the internal storage of my Alpha 200i and hit OK. Okay, so now when I go to the internal storage, so I'm on the internal storage there, and you can see there are all the waypoints and tracks there and there. So now when I unplug my there's my GPS, I should be able to then see those tracks and waypoints once I turn it on. So I'll go ahead and turn on the GPS, try to get the screens right here. There, that's a little bit better. Wait a second while it loads. And what you'll want to do is go into the track manager to look for those tracks. So there on my home screen, I got the track manager. If I go there, I have some other data that was in there, but you can see then that all of those tracks have been loaded into my track manager on here. And if I go back to my waypoint manager, you'll see that the waypoints that show up on the map and are labeled to help navigate are there in the waypoint manager. Now when you're going to go actually run a track, we'll just use TO1 here, it won't automatically show up on the map. This is the default, is to have it turned off. So all we have to do where it says show on map is hit that, and that goes on, and then we can do that. Now if you wanted to look at the map of that transect, you can see there's the TO1. I'm not going to navigate to it on the main map because I'm way too far away from Parker right now, but it will be on the main map. So any transect that you're going to run and you want to look at it on your GPS, you do have to go into the track manager and make it show up on the map. So that's how you deal with uploading or downloading that spatial data that you've got from me onto your Alpha or Astro. If you are using an Astro, Astros can only take so many tracks and have them in their saved tracks. So you would have to choose which ones of the total. I think it's 30 or so. But just come talk to me if you have an Astro. Put as much as you can on there before you come if you want to use that. That's not true for the Onyx or the Garmin Explore app, or if you have any of the alphas. So there you go.